talk about it now. I do stuff now. Can I just really quick, like, pre-bitch to the bitching? My sign is broken. I'm really mad about it. I'm not mad. I'm upset. It was Spency's. I think I should contact the company or whatever. So, welcome to another Bitching with Sylvia. I know you didn't know that it was that because my sign is not on, and therefore you didn't know that that's what this was, but that's what this is. Today, I want to talk about one of my biggest pet peeves, and also like something that like I just feel like is such a human condition, but like the overuse of commands. Like, this is literally why I don't teach commands anymore. I know that sounds crazy. I know you're going to be like, oh my God, this lady is like way out there. I admit that like the kind of training that I do is like pretty fringe. I think that like, I talk about this with my mentor all the time, but like we're doing like the science-based things and we're like weird science, like fringe people because like we don't subscribe to the norm of like being a shock jock and like slip leads and like leash pops. Right? Like, I don't subscribe to all of that. So somehow, like, what I'm doing is very fringe. But I don't really like to teach a lot of commands to my dogs because I feel like it totally disrupts my client's ability to allow their dog to think and problem solve. So I'll elaborate. A lot of times when I go to a client's house, we go out for, like, our first assessment walk, and they are just like, okay, Fluffy, sit, stop, no, leave it, no, sit, down, Fluffy, down, look, Fluffy, look, Fluffy, come touch, look, sit, no, sit, stay, no, stick, no, wait, and I'm like, like my brain is hurting from like the amount of commands that they're just like rattling off at their dog. So I'm going to give you like the thing that I tell all of my clients, and like some of you will get this reference and for some of you it'll go like way over your head. So I like to think of like my dog's brain because this is just like how it helps me be considerate. Yeah. I like to think of my dog's brain like an old like 1980s DOS computer. Right? So like for those of you who don't know what that was, it was like one of the very first computers, and you would literally have to like HTML input a command into the computer, and it would like process the coding that you put in and then like do the command function. So you're going to take your dog's brain and you're going to like input the command and you're going to go bloop, and then you're going to wait because you have to let them process what you just did. Because if you keep inputting the command and 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 then a different command because that command didn't work and then another, you're literally going to crash the computer. And like that's what I see happen to so many dogs is like they literally like they crash and then they shut down and they're just like, it's too many words. And the reason why I say that this is a symptom of like the human condition is because that we by nature are verbal communicators. We rely heavily on verbal communication in order to get our message across and in order to feel heard and understood, and then to also like hear and understand others in our world. Dogs are non-verbal communicators. They're actually completely physical communicators. So when a dog is communicating with you, they oftentimes don't need all of the verbal commands that you're giving them, because ultimately what they really need is just a hand signal. And really what I want everybody to start giving their dogs is space and time to process and think and like understand what they're meant to be doing in that moment. And they're never going to understand it if you're telling them 50 different things that they're meant to be doing in that singular moment. So, moral of the story today is less commands, more space, more time to think. And again, this is why I literally stopped teaching commands to dogs and to pet parents, because I don't want my owners to become reliant on this like I said sit mentality. I would rather we allow dogs to free think and problem solve and choose behavior, because ultimately those choice-based behaviors are going to become far more reliable in the future than any performative behavior you're asking them to do, especially in a situation where your dog is under duress, right? If all they know how to do is perform and not decision make and problem solve, like those are not the same things, right? So like I try to think of like obedience, great, it's fabulous, but it's a performance. Just because your dog can perform doesn't mean they know how to make a good choice, and will consistently and autonomically continue to make that choice even when all the chips are down. So yeah, like, if you're not subscribed already, come on, subscribe, hit the subscribe button, support your girl. Catch me on the IG at Dog Up in This Bitch. I will see you here next week to bitch about some more things, and getting more training videos up on the Instagram. If there's something you want to see or hear about, please let me know in the comments. Like, if you have questions, if you have something that you're like, I heard this, is this real? Like, please let me know, because I'd love to talk about it with you. And if I don't know about it, I will research about it. But after 12 years in this industry, I've seen a lot. Anyways, I can't wait to see you guys next week. Make sure that you like this video, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.